Well, hello, ghouls. My name is Pinuppalmer, and if you are new here to this channel, I like to keep everything pink and spooky. Yeah. For today's episode, this time we are doing nothing pink. Not a zip, zilch, zero pink. Well, except for everything in this room that is completely pink, like my painted walls and the painted pink pumpkin behind me. But other than that, it's all spooky today. This week, I am taking you to the craft movie locations. No, stop. You guys have been requesting this movie for a very long time, ever since I started doing movie locations, so today we're doing it. The movie, The Craft, came out May 3rd, 1996. It's kind of really weird right now because it's May. I don't know what date it is, but it's definitely May. So around this time, this is when people were seeing the movie. When it opened, this movie was actually a surprise hit. It made $55.6 million worldwide and only on a $15 million budget. That's a great success. Mixed reviews were often given when it came to this movie, but over time, this movie has become a cult classic and developed a major cult 90s grunge following, making stars out of Fairuza Balk, I can't say her name ever right, Fairuza Balk and Robin Tunney, Rachel True, and Neve Campbell. Fun fact, around the same time she was filming The Craft, she was also filming Wes Craven's 90s hit movie, horror film, I don't know, Scream?
No, the one with the guy in the white mask who walks around and stalks babysitters.
As her role of Sidney Prescott. Isn't that cool?
Do you want to die, Sidney?
At the same time, she was both filming The Craft and Scream. That's a lot of horror for Neve Campbell. That's a lot. Oh, and another fun fact. Skeet Ulrich is also in The Craft.
Skeet.
Playing Chris Hooker. You know, the guy that kind of attacks Sarah and stuff like that. So not only was Skeet also in The Craft filming with Neve Campbell, he was also in Scream as his most infamous role, Billy Loomis.
Corn syrup. Same stuff they use for pig's blood in Carrie.
It's so weird that both these actors were both filming the same movie simultaneously. I mean, what a great year for them. Way to go, 1996. Love it. Going to these filming locations, I'm not going to do it alone. Oh no. No. I am gonna need some help. It's like help with friends. I think I have some of those.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Just like a witch who always needs her coven, I need to call on my north, south, east, and west witches. Yes, 3 girls I'm bringing on this trip. Because you gotta have your 4 witches. If you know the movie, you know.
Well, then that's it, you guys. Sarah's the 4th, north, south, east, and west. We can make things happen.
Instead of summoning my friends and calling upon them to get here, I could just, use this. A 90s cell phone from the 90s that suspiciously looks exactly like the one from Scream.
Hello?
Yeah, that. Because it's 90s. We're in the 90s, You gotta use 90s technology. I'm just kidding. I was born in 1991. Ooh, I just aged myself. Huh.
Who is this old fart?
So yeah, let's call upon my friends, shall we? Hello. Hi. Yes. Now that my coven has been called upon and fully summoned, you're probably thinking, what on earth are you doing? Now, movies like The Craft are usually meant for people that are a little bit more edgy, gothic, dare I say, weird. But oh my dear ghouls, you are forgetting one very, very important thing about girls like me. And well, That's because we are the weirdos. Yeah! Get in the car. Yeah. Get in the car. Okay. The car. Go. So done with it. Okay, so we have just arrived around Sun Valley, I think it was, something like that, but we are here at Verdugo Hills High School, aka St. Benedict's in the craft. This is Verdugo Hills High School, built September 13th, 1937. To us, it doesn't look like the school has been changed since 1937. If anything, they just kept adding on to it, kind of like Sarah Winchester's house. And in case if you were wondering, they did film the interior and exterior of this high school for the movie The Craft. Exactly where I am standing is one of the first shots we see of the high school when Sarah gets dropped off by her dad. Sarah's car would get dropped off about here, so that would be the first shot. Also, Sarah walks through these gates into those doors for the first time, and where she sees like a little cross above this ledge here, but this ledge is still exactly the same. You could kind of see the fencing on this little ledge. That is exactly the same. Instead of the numbers, just picture a cross, and that is what Sarah sees when she walks through those doors. So, fun fact too about this high school, not only was The Craft filmed here, a couple other films were filmed here, like one of my favorites, Heathers. Not all of it, but some parts of this were Heathers. Pretty cool.
Lick it up, baby. Lick it up.
Even though we couldn't get into the school, we can definitely see one of the scenes here that was filmed outdoors. I found the exact location where they were all sitting. They were about right here is where they were all laying down. Nancy's chair was right behind them, and that religious statue was right in front of the flagpole. Not much has changed. Even the two-story building behind them hasn't even changed one bit. What's it say, Gabi?
This school mean. Oh.
What does it say?
This school mean.
This school mean?
Mean. School mean. Mean. School is for fools.
And of course, since it's The Craft, we have to walk in a straight line in slow motion, or else what? We wouldn't be the coven that we are meant to be, okay? We are living our full craft fantasy, even though there were some high school kids just staring at us and making fun of us. This is where Nancy lives. This is where they keep the crazy children. We are now on the other side of the Verdugo High School where the football field is. And this is the moment where Chris from the film asks Sarah to come watch him play football. Where she gets interrupted by Nancy and the gang of witches. And they ask her, let's go grab some coffee. For a 5-finger discount. When trying to recreate this shot, we definitely got into an argument of which tree is in which area or which bush is behind each tree, but regardless, I think we got close enough to the shot. And looking at the football field, do you see these little gray buildings back here? Well, in the shot where they show Chris trying to catch a football, those buildings are still there. It's like time hasn't even gone by at all.
Sarah, looking for someone?
Now, I know for a fact, we definitely got that tree right.
You wanna go for coffee?
Ooh, coffee sounds good. Good idea, Nancy. Come to think of it, I have the perfect coffee place for us, and that is called Horror Vibes Coffee, located in NoHo, California. Now, this isn't your typical coffee shop. This coffee shop is designed for us horror fans who like anything blood, guts, gore, and also coffee. Their unique menu is dedicated to all sorts of horror films, like The Candyman, Midsummer, and it tastes good too. Right, Frankie?
Good.
Now the real question is, what are we gonna get?
Ooh, thank you. You get.
That's a May Queen.
You tuned in just in time to watch me get a heart attack. Here we go.
Now, I know it's a coffee place, but I just can't resist a delicious root beer float, okay? And now we do a happy dance of all the delicious drinks we just got. Enjoy. On to our next beautiful location, located in Malibu, California, is where all the beach scenes from The Craft took place. Even though they filmed most of these scenes at night, during the day it is much easier to spot the rock formations that we see during the film. And it honestly didn't take that long to find the locations that we were looking for. But the biggest problem, and I guess the biggest question is, how the hell do we get down there?
Come on, guys. Here's your talking on. He's gonna give us gifts. God, if I get you falling.
You recognize this cave here? Well, we believe it is this cave right here. And as you could tell, nothing has really changed since 1986. The only difference is the rising of the sea level. Clearly they filmed this at a different time of day where you can walk around it, but at this time of day it was completely swamped with water, so it was impossible to get to it. Regardless, we will find another area to conjure up Manon.
Hail to the Guardians, let's go. Yes, hear us. Hail to the Guardians of Chipotle. Chipotle stains. Hey, Guardians.
That was a bit dramatic, and The Conjuring clearly didn't work. But what did work was this amazing shot lineup that we discovered with the rock wall over here. I mean, look at that. That is almost exactly the same. Even the electricity post is still the same. And in this shot, as we said before, the sea levels did rise a little bit, so Nancy was way more around this area where she was walking on water. Let's not forget about the scene that Manon finally gives gifts to the girls. And when I mean by gifts, I mean by giant sharks and whales and dolphins dead on the sand. Now here's the same exact shot, less dead dolphins and sharks, but you get it. And here is the most amazing acting you will ever see in your life by Liz Garza. You're welcome. Anyways, on to our next movie location. Our next stop is Thai Town, Los Angeles. And this movie location is a place that you would never double take or think that a filming location has ever occurred here. The girls were walking down this street after they mentioned getting coffee, but they're not really going to the coffee house. They're going to the bookstore, aka Magic Store. So you see the girls come walking down this way towards the store. Now this wall here used to have a giant mural on it, and also this wall too, but now as you can see they've clearly painted over it. But this tree still stands here, and this tree still stands here, and I'll show you guys a picture of what tree I'm talking about as they pass it. And by tree I mean boom, that tree right there. This tree is not as exciting as I thought it would be. For the wide shot, the things to take note that have not changed at all are this little fire hydrant right here, and also the canopy on top of the building. Honestly, hasn't changed at all. Maybe the fabric has changed, but the idea is still there. The building still stands. Now, the big question is, did they film inside this building? That I'm actually not sure if they did or not. It looks like the same window. Nothing has changed there, but I'm not sure if they filmed inside this building or if they used a set instead. Now, these next couple locations from the film are going to be pretty quick because we couldn't really go to these locations, but I really want you to pay attention to this big sign here that says Jensen's Recreation Center.
and pay very, very close attention to the shun part of the building because it may look familiar to you right, boom, here. You see? Did you figure it out? It's such a quick moment in the film, but yes, this is where Chris and Sarah are having this cute little date on top of this rooftop, and it's a spot that is easily looked over but still stands today. It's fun to know that that sign still exists and they stood right there on top of that roof. We just can't get to it.
Moving on.
Okay, another quick one. Pay attention to the square light above them here on the street. Okay, got it? It took some finding, but here it is right, boom, there. There it is. The big square structure there. Now, on the same street where the homeless man is chasing Sarah, take a look at these bulb lights right here. That looks very similar to the bulbs in Clifton's cafeteria. So let's drive down the street a little bit more and boom, right there. Clifton's cafeteria with the same bulb lights.
Oh, wow, we're scared, Sarah. You scared?
Actually, pause. Right there. That looks familiar. That looks like this sign right here. And if you drove right past the State movie theater here, you will come to the moment where the car crash scene is with the homeless man, and that scene occurs right in front of the Palace Theater, according to the street signs, of course.
Listen to me. That was actually pretty close.
Speaking of the Palace Theater, I thought I would give you guys a little bonus movie location, or music video location. Yes, if you already haven't guessed it, the Palace Theater was also used for Michael Jackson's Thriller music video, the music video that began all music videos. Since we're on the topic of Thriller, I thought, hey, why don't we go visit another spot that was also featured in the Thriller music video? And just a couple streets down in LA near Echo Park, there is a certain location that has a bunch of old Victorian homes. However, at the very end of this street marks one of my favorite houses ever, and that, of course, is the Thriller house. This is the part where the girl runs up the stairs away from the zombies. Everything still stands and everything still looks exactly the same. I mean, the tree is the same, everything. But it wasn't just for Michael Jackson's Thriller music video. Oh no, you've seen this house in many films like Teen Witch, also Kojak. This is one of the vampire houses, so it's been used for a lot of things. And that's why they keep it this way, because it has a certain spooky look to it, and I admire it wholeheartedly. And just a couple doors down from the Thriller house, there is another Victorian home that is very famous. This home is, of course, from the TV show Charmed. Oh yes, I mean the 1998 hit show Charmed, starring Alyssa Milano, Rose McGowan, and Shannon Doherty. I've also seen online that some people can actually take tours inside the house because for this TV show, they didn't just use the exterior of the home, they also used the interior too. Oh, and fun fact, the opening song to the TV show Charmed is also in the movie The Craft. So there you go, we brought it back right to The Craft.
All right, I think that is it for our adventures today. We got a little bonus Thriller action over here. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Did you guys enjoy it too?
Yes!
Chase your tail light. I'll be under your skin, letting you go for a while. Then I'm taking you in. It's like diamonds.
Bitch, get out of the streets!
All right, that about does it for this week's episode. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I had fun. That was a lot of driving. A lot of the girls get car sick, so that was fun.
Don't throw up.
And I hope you guys really want more stuff like this because I love going to movie locations. But if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to click the bell and like the button down below to notify yourself that I just uploaded a new video. So don't forget that I am Pinuppalmer, and I will see you ghouls next time. Bye. All right, we're off to our first location.
For the shot.
Pinuppalmer. I can't.
And what is that location, ladies?
This one. Yes. Bye.